Hey, Veronica, will you listen?
What?
My sister got dumped by her boyfriend.
Oh, is that so? I thought it was something serious.
What do you mean by that? That's quite a thing to say. My precious sister got dumped.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought something had happened to you.
It's as if something happened to me. She just told me on WhatsApp. It's hard to hear that my sister is being so depressed.
Oh,
There's no one in the world like that wonderful woman. I can't believe that someone would dump my sister. That guy, I can't forgive him.
well. I understand how you feel. But this is between your sister and her ex-boyfriend. It's not our place to interfere.
But where's the reason to dump my sister? That's too rude.
I don't know about that. I don't know what happened between them. It's not my place to say. You know, a man and a woman, only they can tell each other what's going on.
You're a cold woman, aren't you?
What?
Put yourself in her shoes. Maybe she was thinking of getting married, you know? It doesn't make sense to dump her while thinking about the future.
That's something we don't know either. Besides, marriage is all about luck and timing. Maybe she didn't have a chance with that guy.
Are you on that guy's side? You haven't worried about my sister at all.
I'm not taking sides or anything. I'm just making generalizations. I'm sure that one day she'll find a man who's attracted to her. Let's hope so for now.
You're like that, aren't you?
Huh?
You see people's misfortune without a care in the world. You're a terrible woman. I wish it was you who got dumped.
Okay. She's a precious sister to you. But I don't think you have any control over her love life.
That's true, but today, after work, I'm going to drop by her place. I'll go talk to her.
All right. Mike, are you still at your sister's apartment?
Yep.
Don't you think it's rude to stay there this late?
What are you saying? I can't leave her alone being depressed. She's even crying.
Even so, it's rude to disturb her so late. Besides, she has a job too. I know she's sad, but why don't you leave her alone?
I can't do that. What do you think her ex-boyfriend said to her?
What?
He told her that she can't do anything.
What does that mean?
He said she's a terrible cook, can't clean or organize, and blames others for her inability. That's why he said he can't go out with her anymore. That's too much to say, isn't it? I can't believe he said that to my sister.
I can't really say anything about that. We all have different expectations. Maybe that's how much her ex wanted her to be.
Why are you keep taking that guy's side? That's really terrible. I think I've seen who you really are.
Huh? You can't say that much. You're meddling in your sister's private life too much. She's not a child anymore, so just leave her alone. Besides, I think this is something she has to overcome on her own. And that's true love for your sister.
After all, she is a stranger to you. That's enough. I won't talk to you about my sister.
You never asked me for advice in the first place.
Huh?
You just kept telling me the news on your own.
You're too cold to even talk to me about it.
That's enough. Anyway, if you stay too late, it'll affect her tomorrow. I think you'd better come home soon.
That's none of your business. She's my precious sister, so don't interfere.
Hey, Mike. What's going on? When I came home, your sister is here?
Last time I went to her apartment, we decided to move in together.
What? What do you mean?
She said she was sad to live alone. so I asked her to move in with me.
Living together? Wait a minute. You didn't ask me about it?
Did I have to tell you?
Isn't it obvious? I live in this apartment with you, remember? And you and I are married, right? Of course you need to tell me.
Why? My precious sister is suffering. I'm supposed to help her, don't I? Why are you being so mean?
I don't understand. Why do we have to live with your sister? I can understand if it's your parents, but your sister? And without any consultation?
We're family, so we don't need to ask for advice.
Even family members don't want to be intruded into their private life.
You really are a narrow-minded woman, aren't you? Don't you have any consideration for others?
I don't think that's the point. And what are we going to do living in this small apartment?
You have your workroom, right? If you vacate that room, it'll be her room.
Huh? Then where am I supposed to work? I have to work remotely half a week.
You just need a computer to work. You don't need a whole room. Why don't you use the living room table?
That's so selfish. If your sister is lonely and alone to begin with, why don't you ask her to go back to her parents' house? Why our apartment?
You're doing it again. You're such a cold woman. That's what she wants.
Call me cold, but I won't allow her to live with us. In the first place, she didn't even attend our wedding. She was traveling abroad with her boyfriend or something.
That's because our schedule has conflicted, so what could be done? She had her own reasons.
But it was her brother's wedding. She knew 6 months in advance. She could have cleared her schedule.
That wasn't possible, so she couldn't come to the wedding, okay?
Even though it's her brother's wedding?
There are lots of people who can't attend, even if they're siblings.
I don't know about that. You can't attend your sibling's wedding because you're going on an overseas trip with a partner? I've never heard of that. And I haven't had a single congratulatory message from her since we got married. Why should I have to live with someone like that?
You're so narrow-minded. I'm disgusted.
I'm the one who's dumbfounded.
If you hate my sister so much, get out of the apartment.
Huh?
If she says she wants to live together, then we live together. What my beloved sister says is absolute.
Why do you do that? You forced your way into our place. And you want me to leave if I refuse to live with her? That's too arrogant. This is my apartment too, you know?
If you can't treat my sister kindly, I'm divorcing you.
What? That's impossible.
If you don't want me to divorce you, then allow her to live with us. And do your best to take care of her.
I can't agree to that. No matter how you think about it, it's crazy, isn't it?
You're still saying that? That's enough. Hey, Veronica. You're going to the office today, right?
Yes. I'm working on some paperwork right now.
I left early and just got back to my apartment.
Why? Are you sick?
No, my sister's not feeling well.
What?
She's been mentally weak lately, so maybe she got sick. Thinking that she's having a hard time on her own, I couldn't stand still, so I left early.
Huh? She's not a child. She can take a rest at home by herself.
You're as cold as ever. I told you to be devoted to my sister when she moved in with us. I told you I'd divorce you if you couldn't do that. She's my precious, precious sister.
You're starting to sound weird. You two siblings should grow up and be more independent.
Huh? We are independent. That's why I married you. So why can't you take care of my family?
There's no way I can do that.
Why?
The other day, I saw she tried to put some kind of white powder in my coffee. I was horrified when I saw that.
She is a kind person. She wouldn't do that, would she? It's too rude to lie about my sister like that.
It's rare for her to offer to make coffee. I got curious and went to check out the kitchen. She was putting that white powder with a smirk on her face. I thought she was doing something suspicious.
You're just being paranoid. It's all in your head since that's how you look at her. I think she was just making coffee.
That was as bad as it gets. I didn't drink that coffee because I noticed it. What the heck was that white powder? Was she trying to put me to sleep? I'll stop asking her to make me coffee from now on.
There's absolutely no way my sister would do such a thing. You're just making this up because you don't want to live with her.
There's no point in making up a story like this, you know. Besides, she happened to be home when I was working remotely. She asked me to make lunch, so I made a sandwich. Then she said, "I don't like eating a bad sandwich like this." And she threw it straight into the trash.
How could she do such a thing? If that's true, it's because your sandwich was bad.
How is that possible after you went to the trouble of having someone cook for you? Perhaps the sister I know and the sister you know are different. She's like a wife-beating little mother-in-law.
Even you're my wife, there are things you are allowed to say and things you are not allowed to say. I won't forgive you if you speak about my sister like that.
I'm not bad-mouthing her. I'm just telling the truth. Why don't you believe what I'm saying?
Because you're cold. Every single thing you say is mean. Maybe you don't like my sister. But how can I believe anything you say like that?
Well, so you're saying it's not okay for her to have a hard time, but it's okay for me to have a hard time?
It shouldn't be hard for you because you're the one bullying her.
I think I now understand how exactly you feel.
Veronica, when are you coming home? You're a housewife, aren't you? You even have a housework, so you should be thinking about taking care of the apartment. I can put up with it. And my sister says she's hungry. Come home early and make dinner.
I won't make it because what I make tastes bad and gets tossed in the trash.
Huh? What are you talking about?
There are 2 adults there, so if she's hungry, why don't you guys just make your own food?
She's starving, so come home and make dinner. I'm hungry too. This is my sister's order too.
I hate it even more if it's her order. I don't know what she'll do next. If you're hungry, why don't you ask her to cook for you? I'm sure she'll make you something you like.
You're such a jerk. If you don't listen to my sister, I'll divorce you.
Huh?
I told you before. I'm letting you live in this apartment. Be grateful and do as you're told.
I'm fine with the divorce.
What?
Let's get divorced because I'm done taking care of you guys.
What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind?
No, I'm not. We're already divorced.
What? You're crazy. How can I get divorced without divorce papers and without even filling them out?
What are you talking about? You gave me the divorce papers that you filled out, remember?
When?
The day after your sister moved in. You brought me the completed divorce papers when you didn't approve of me living with her.
Oh.
You told me to submit this to the city hall right away when you tell me to.
That's right. I got mad and went to get the divorce papers the next day. Well, that was just a bluff.
Huh?
I was so frustrated that you wouldn't accept her moving in with us. The next day, I got emotional and went to get it.
What is it with you that you even have forgotten about it?
I did it on the spur of the moment, so I had no memory of it.
That's just how I am to you after all. I understood it well from the text messages earlier today. That's why I filed the divorce papers at the city hall right after that. It was accepted easily because your section was already filled out.
You're kidding, right?
I've run out of patience. I realize that you don't trust me at all. I didn't even have to think about it, and no hesitation to divorce.
I wasn't thinking about divorce. The only reason I gave you the divorce papers was to have you do what I tell you to do.
That's so funny, isn't it? What do you mean by have me do what you tell me to do? I'm not your servant, and I'm not your slave.
I didn't mean to.
Aren't married couples supposed to discuss even the smallest things? You decided to have your sister move in with us without consulting me about it. That's not a right thing to do, is it?
No, but...
She was walking around the apartment like she owns the place. Even she was the one who moved in. What kind of people are you? Do you know what she did to me?
No, I don't know.
Broke the heels of my shoes.
Huh?
I was going to go to work, and I was very confused because I couldn't wear my shoes' heels.
So what happened?
I had no choice, so I put on a suit and sneakers and went to work. And she threw away my underwears.
What?
I kept losing no matter how many times I buy new underwears. I can't tell you how many pairs of underwear I've had to buy in the past week.
Why would she do that?
That's what I want to know. I can only assume she's harassing me, though. Then she steals my cherished, expensive bag.
Oh, no. Are you sure you didn't just lose it somewhere?
How can I lose a bag I haven't used in the last year or so? It's been a while since I've looked for it to take it with me to work, but it's gone. So I looked in the closet that your sister uses, and there it was.
Maybe she had the same thing?
That can't be true. When I bought that bag, I had my initials embroidered on the inside pocket of the bag. That's the kind of service I got. They were definitely my initials. I'm surprised that she steals from someone living together.
My sister? No way.
There's so much more, you know? Do you want me to tell you all?
No, that's enough. I couldn't believe she would do such a thing.
I couldn't believe it either. I can only think that she moved in with us to bully me.
I don't think that's possible.
Are you still defending your sister? If so, that's fine. I'm already a stranger to you guys. Now your sister and you are finally free in the apartment. You can have any room you want. I don't care what you eat.
Wait a minute. You and I need to talk things out, right? Let's talk it over, just the two of us.
You didn't believe me at all when I had to tell you something. I told you over and over again, but you wouldn't listen to me. It's too late.
Veronica, don't say that.
I'll come pick up my stuff soon. I'll only take what I really need, so it won't be much. You and your sister can do whatever you want with what I'm leaving behind. Well then, bye!
Veronica, will you start over with me? I only have you, please.
Who do you think you are? I'm no longer related to you, so can you please not contact me?
Don't be so cold and listen to me. My sister doesn't do any of the housework.
I know. I had been doing it for a while, remember?
I make breakfast before I go to work, do the laundry. When I get home from work, I make dinner, take out the laundry, and clean the house. If I skip even a single task, my sister scolds me. I can't do this anymore.
How can you say that? I did all of that. If I skipped even one thing, I'd get a barrage of harassment. No matter what I said to you. You didn't believe me, and you said I was cold and mean, remember?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't care if you're sorry now. I wouldn't start over with a man who doesn't believe me. I know how your sister's ex feels.
I'm going to collapse from overwork if I don't do something about it. Veronica, you have to help me.
You didn't help me, so why should I help you? You can continue to live in harmony with your beloved sister.
Oh no, I can't. I want to escape from this hellish life.
You made all these decisions on your own. You made your own choice, so there's nothing I can do about it. Enjoy your life with your sister at best, you sissy man.
Veronica, don't say that. Please live with me again.
No! After that, it seems that Mike did his best to balance work and housework on his own. Taking advantage of Mike's presence, his sister even quit her job. She lived on Mike's income while having fun on her own. Go earn more money. I can't go out with such little money. Mike finally gave up in the face of such abuse. He ran away from that apartment. I heard that he resigned from the company he had been working for and went into complete hiding. As a result, his sister could not pay the rent and was evicted. I don't know what they have been doing since then. The end result of a crazy sister and a pathetic man is tragic. I am so glad I got divorced before I got involved. I moved in a new apartment near my workplace and I am enjoying my single life by myself.